What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here, going over our OTC Saturday video. This is going to be kind of a short video. I just got a few stocks I want to go over. One of them is a stock that we've talked about several times. Two are new. New stocks that I'm going to be bringing up to you guys that I want you to take a look at in the OTC market, and then a couple of sectors that I want you to keep your eye on over the next few weeks to watch some plays that have been gaining some momentum. Really nothing specific, just the sector itself seems like they have some stocks that are being propelled. The OTC market kind of slowed down a little bit at the end of last week and the beginning of this week. Looks like it's starting to gear a little bit up. I'm kind of concentrating more on listed plays, listed NASDAQ plays going into the next week or so, just due to the fact that I think there's a little more profit in these and they're a little bit easier to trade at this very time. Overall, I think OTC stocks are a little easier to trade for myself. But at this time, I think it just fits my trading style a little better. So the first stock that we're going to be talking about is Mission Ready Solutions, MSNVF. MSNVF, and that's Mission Ready Solutions. This stock closed on Friday at 0.19139, so a shade over 19 cents. This thing was up 181% on Friday. Had a huge day. This company's in the industrial sector and aerospace and defense industry. These guys provide personal protective solutions to the global defense industry, security, and first responder markets in the United States and Canada. They also serve with contracts and serve the Department of Defense, the State Department, the General Services Administration, the Department of Homeland Security. They also serve as law enforcement, fire and rescue, and tactical distributors, such as myself. Not just tactical distributors and dealers, as well as private security. So they're pretty wide based. They have quite a bit of a wide band of products that they do as far as protective devices, security, things of that nature, protective gear for soldiers, for police, for firefighters, and things of that nature. What caught my eye is that these guys just received, or they were just awarded a total of 7 government contracts for an estimated $127 million, with a possibility of an additional $300 million. So the cap of the contract is going to be close to about $430 million as far as the cap of this contract. But that's huge for a small company like this. Again, these guys did have a huge gain on Friday, so you want to keep an eye on it. Being up 181%, is this thing a tad bit overextended? It might pull back a little bit, but this is definitely a company that I would keep my eye on over the next, even the next couple weeks, just due to the fact that these guys, with this huge contract for this company, Mission Ready Solutions, they could have a multi-day run, could be a multi-week run, and we could see this thing, from 20 cents getting all the way up into the 30s and 40s possibly, with, seeing how some of these OTC stocks work. And again, that's MSNVF. MSNVF. Second company we're going to take a look at is Numismatics. MSSV, Meso Numismatics. This stock closed on Friday at 0.069, so just a shade under 7 cents. These guys were up 393% on Friday, so this is a company I would definitely kind of want to look at and maybe wait for a little bit of a pullback before I jumped in. This is a technology and numismatic company which was recently successful in making one of its 2 final payments to acquire Global Stem Cells Group, and the payment was on time, so it looks really good with the company as they're starting to gain a little financial stability. And this was per their letter of intent, as their letter of intent stated, that they had with this company. So it looks like they are going to finalize acquiring this company. They're also close to submitting their past due filings with the SEC, which also looks good that they're confident enough to put forward their SEC filings, their books, and open up their books to the SEC. So it looks like they're doing really well right now, or doing better than they have been in the past, is which kind of what had them down in the 2-penny range. So this is a stock that I'd definitely be looking at probably over the next couple of weeks. I'd be definitely waiting for a pullback from that 7-cent range. Now this thing could run on Monday. Like I said, I'm not I don't have a crystal ball for me. I have no idea how these stocks are going to react. But this is terrific news for this company. This kind of puts a little credibility behind this name, MSSV, and this is definitely a stock I'd be keeping an eye on over the next, I'd be definitely watching it next week, but this could be, again, the two stocks that I mentioned could be multi-day, multi-week runners with this news. Now, the last stock that I want to talk about is a stock that we've talked about several times on this channel here, and this is WorkSport, WKSP. Now, WorkSport closed on Friday at shade over 27 cents. It was 0.2725. They were only up about 10% on Friday. Late in the day, they put out a press release that they will host a live investors conference and a Q&A on YouTube Live. And it'll be this Monday on the 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'm hoping that these guys are going to disclose who they got that $70 million contract with, any prospects of some new contracts that could be coming up, who they'll be working with. This could send this stock just popping. This could send this stock skyrocketing. They were down a little bit. I think they got down under 25 cents, 24, maybe even 22 cents this week. I was sporadically keeping an eye on them for any news. I was just checking the news wire to see if they had any of that news, because they did say they were releasing who they had the contract with in mid-September. So obviously, being in mid-September, I'm anticipating these guys are releasing who that contract is with. I do anticipate a spike on Monday. I think these guys in anticipatory spike going up into that press conference or that YouTube Live conference. I do anticipate that this thing may run going into that. If they do not release who they're doing business with, this may hurt the stock, which could be another buying opportunity. Me, myself, I'm kind of waiting. I'm going to wait until that conference. I don't want to catch this thing at 27, 28, 29 cents, have this thing run up to 30, and then them at 5 p.m. put out that, or Eastern time, put out, something that the investors don't like, and watch this thing just completely collapse on me, and I'm holding the bag, wake up the next day, this thing gaps down to 19, 18 cents. So if they do not put out who they're working with, I believe they will put this out eventually, because they said they would. And again, these are OTC stocks. They're OTC stocks for a reason. They could be full of BS, but I do like this company. I kind of take a little bit of skepticism going into any one of these trades. That's why this is something I'm going to be kind of holding back on, waiting till Tuesday morning. If I do miss it, then I miss it. I have a really small position in this in my other account, in my larger account, but it's a small position. I would like to take a larger stake, because I do think with good news, this thing can test those highs of 48 cents, maybe even break through those highs of 48 cents. This stock has shown elasticity. This thing can run. It can move, but I am kind of hesitant to take a position going into that press conference, just because in the press release, they did say that they cannot release any undisclosed information as far as their contracts. So, but I'm definitely watching them throughout the whole next week. I would definitely be looking for a Tuesday morning if this thing, especially if this thing takes a big hit. I may be waiting to catch it at the bottom and ride this thing back up. Or if this thing, starts to spike in the morning and it's really good news, this thing, like I said, this thing can run all week. So the three stocks that I'm looking at this week as far as OTCs and possibly the next few weeks is MSNVF, MSSV, and WKSP WorkSport. I like all three of these stocks. My favorite of the group, in fact, I have a kind of two favorites here. I like WorkSport the best. MSNVF, Mission Ready Solutions. I really like this company going into the future due to that they're doing business with very legitimate customers, and they have very legitimate contracts as far as the Department of Defense, Homeland Security, and everything else like that. So that could definitely propel this stock. So now, a couple of sectors that I'm really, really looking at in this OTC market, and actually the listed market, we're looking at mining plays. Monday or Tuesday is battery day for Tesla. A lot of these mining stocks who have absolutely no chance of getting a contract with Tesla are running and making good gains. Companies like Here to Serve, HTSC, has had a huge run in the OTC market last week. They even put in their press release that they're looking for nickel for Tesla. I don't know if a company like this is even has a hope or a dream to get a contract with them. Now, I don't know for sure. I could be proven wrong, and these guys could get a huge contract and go from wherever they're at. I think they're around 10 cents, 12 cents, wherever they're at, and could just skyrocket. But, Giga Metals, HNCKF, this is another stock that gapped up from 40 cents all the way up into the 180s, 190s. This thing ran all last week and a little bit the week prior on the Friday. Who knows? A company like this, if they get a contract, so keep your eye on Battery Day. Who is Tesla working with? What are they going to present? Because obviously we don't even know what they're going to say on Battery Day, but it's something we definitely have to keep an eye on. Another group of stocks that I'm definitely keeping an eye on are solar stocks. In the listed market, SOL, SUNW, Sunworks, some of these solar stocks, VVRP or VVPR, a lot of these solar plays have been just running, and I think we're just heading toward the EV sector has been running, solar sector has been running, mining sector has been running. So you want to keep your eyes on all of these sectors because they're the ones that are actually moving stocks within those sectors. So you have your macro being each one of these sectors being a catalyst. Then if any one of these stocks being in that sector catches a catalyst, an individual catalyst of his own, could send it having a macro and micro catalyst, send these stocks flying. So you definitely want to take a look at the mining sector. The EV sector, as always, this thing's been running for a while and been hot for a while, and also the solar sector. Anything that has to do with solar panels, solar alternative energy, even like work sport, putting solar panels on the beds of trucks. And then obviously we kind of want to keep our eye on the election infection stocks in this OTC market. The four that I like the best, obviously CYDY as a stock I do like. It's a little more expensive as far as a OTC stock. I think it's only about $3.50, $4. And they're working on vaccines and they're also working on therapeutics. That's why that's a very multifaceted company. I do like CYDY. Some of the cheaper plays that I really do like are RVVTF. I've said that quite a few times. Revive Therapeutics, Innovation Pharmaceuticals, IPIX, and Algernon Pharma, AGNPF. So I like all three of those companies as far as working on therapeutics for the election infection. Again, I'll repeat those: RVVTF, IPIX, and AGNPF. Now, as far as the election infection, one testing play that I've got my eye on, I think this company is completely undervalued. I think they've been putting out press release after press release, contract after contract. They are very undervalued, in my opinion, is Todos Medical, TOMDF. I'm watching that stock every day. I'm waiting for this just pop, but it just doesn't seem to be happening. I don't know if it's short pressure. I don't know what it is. Something's keeping this stock down, but I definitely keep my eye. If that thing can break into the 15, 16, 17 cent range, I think we have a huge runner there. 18 cents seems to be the cap over the last 6-7 months that this stock just can't break through. If this thing breaks 18 cents, I can see this going to 50, 60, 70 cents possibly. So you definitely want to keep your eye on TOMDF. Maybe think about taking a small position in that, prior to this thing popping, because I think we're at a bottom right now, under 10 cents or right around 10 cents. I don't think this stock can go much lower with all the good news it's had. So, that's all I got for you guys today. As always, please like, please share, please subscribe. If you have any stocks you want me to look at, put them in the comment section below. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. And keep an eye out tomorrow. I'm going to be having my watch list out for the week. I'm doing my due diligence on this one because I want to really hit it with this watch list. I want to get at least 3 or 4 stocks together that I think are going to have a terrific week. I have an eye on a few of them that I'm on right now. I kind of want to whittle it down to the best stocks to present to you guys. So again, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's get that money, traders.